The history and culture of Native Americans have been among the most frequently discussed subjects throughout human civilization. While many recognize Native American tribes as a people who were forcibly removed from their lands and marginalized, there exists a wealth of knowledge that remains largely unexplored. This information has the potential to transform our comprehension of Native American tribes, highlighting their languages, customs, and remarkable innovations. We invite you to join us for this captivating episode of Native Journal, where we will reveal 8 astonishing facts about Native American tribes. These insights will enhance your appreciation for the depth of their traditions, their remarkable resilience, and the significant contributions they have made to our world. These narratives have been obscured for far too long, and we are eager to share them with you. So settle in and prepare for an exciting journey together. As you view this video, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel to support our community. Native Americans, also known as American Indians or Indigenous Americans, are the original inhabitants of the United States. The term Indian was coined by Christopher Columbus, who mistakenly thought he had arrived in the East Indies and referred to the indigenous peoples he encountered as Indians. Native American tribes possess a rich tapestry of diverse cultures, languages, and traditions. From the ancient civilizations of the Anasazi to their lasting impact on contemporary society, their heritage stands as a testament to resilience and cultural richness. With more than 500 distinct nations, these communities are actively working to rejuvenate their traditions, highlighting the significance of language preservation, cultural celebrations, and artistic endeavors. Native Americans have been instrumental in shaping history and continue to make substantial contributions to our collective cultural heritage. In the United States, over 9 million Native Americans belong to numerous tribal nations, each possessing its own unique languages, cultures, and customs. Native Americans have resided on this continent since ancient times, spanning from the northern regions of Alaska to the Gulf Coast of Florida. However, there are some intriguing aspects of this rich heritage that may come as a surprise. Let us explore these captivating facts about Native American tribes and their histories that are often overlooked. 1. Native Americans communicated in over 300 languages. Prior to colonization, North America was home to an astonishing variety of languages, with estimates indicating that over 300, and possibly as many as 500, were spoken across the continent. Unfortunately, many of these languages have vanished due to government assimilation policies. In 1868, President Ulysses S. Grant expressed the government's position on language, stating, "In the difference of language, today lies two-thirds of our trouble. Their barbarous dialect should be blotted out and the English language substituted." This statement initiated a series of measures aimed at suppressing Native American languages. Throughout the 1800s, Native Americans were forcibly displaced from their ancestral territories and confined to reservations. Furthermore, children were taken from their families and placed in Indian boarding schools, where they were educated in English. These practices significantly contributed to the decline of native languages. It was not until the enactment of the Indian Education Act in 1972 that Native American tribes were granted the right to teach their languages, although the damage had already been substantial. By 2013, only 169 indigenous languages were still in use across the United States, many of which had only a few remaining speakers. Acknowledging the critical nature of this issue, Congress enacted the Native American Language Act in 1990, which aimed to support efforts for the preservation and revitalization of Native American languages. This assistance is vital, as nearly all but 2 of these languages face the threat of extinction by 2050 if proactive measures are not implemented to safeguard and promote them. Additionally, the first newspaper published in a Native American language emerged in 1828. Before European settlers arrived, Native American languages were primarily transmitted orally from one generation to the next. However, the arrival of European settlers brought significant changes to many Native American tribes, leading them to adopt written forms of communication. A notable example of this transformation occurred within the Cherokee Nation, largely due to the innovative work of Sequoyah. As a member of the Cherokee Nation, Sequoyah dedicated 12 years to developing a writing system for his people, resulting in an 86-character syllabary by 1821. Dr. Ellen Cushman, a member of the Cherokee Nation and a professor at Northeastern University, emphasizes the uniqueness of the Cherokee syllabary. Unlike other syllabic scripts worldwide, such as Japanese hiragana, this was the only one created by a native individual specifically for a native community. The Cherokee syllabary is distinguished by its direct alignment with the sounds and phonetics of the Cherokee language, making it an accessible tool for its speakers. According to Cushman, members of the Cherokee tribe could achieve proficiency in reading and writing within a relatively brief period of 3 to 5 years using this innovative script. A significant milestone in Cherokee literacy was marked on February 21, 1828, with the launch of the Cherokee Phoenix in Nuakota, Georgia. This occasion marked the inception of the first bilingual newspaper in the United States, which included articles in both English and Cherokee. The Cherokee Phoenix was instrumental in safeguarding and promoting the Cherokee language and culture, highlighting the resilience of indigenous innovations in the face of outside pressures. There are 574 tribes that have received federal recognition in the United States. Among these, a notable 229 tribes are located in Alaska, making it the state with the highest number of federally recognized tribes. California follows closely, with 109 recognized tribes, and it also has the largest Native American population of any state. These federally recognized tribes maintain a distinct government-to-government relationship with the United States, similar to that of sovereign nations. This designation grants them specific rights and responsibilities, including the capacity to negotiate and collaborate with the federal government on various issues. However, it is important to recognize that not all Native American tribes have achieved federal recognition. A significant number of tribes lack federal recognition, which disqualifies them from numerous government programs and support initiatives. This absence of recognition can severely affect their access to vital resources and services. As of 2020, 66 tribes across 13 states had received state recognition. While state recognition does not automatically provide tribes with access to state or federal benefits, it is a crucial acknowledgement of their historical and ongoing presence. Tribes that are recognized at the state level often leverage this status to advocate for their rights and pursue opportunities for collaboration with both state and federal entities to enhance the welfare of their communities. 4. Native Americans developed numerous crucial crops for the world historically. Native American tribes have embraced a variety of diets that are intricately linked to their local food systems. Their culinary practices have been influenced by the resources available in their specific regions. Agriculture has been fundamental to many Native American communities, with tribes cultivating and domesticating crops that are essential to contemporary diets. A remarkable indicator of their agricultural expertise is the estimate from 2016, which indicated that around 60% of the global food supply originated from crops developed in North America. Among these vital crops, corn is particularly notable as a significant achievement of indigenous farmers. Its cultivation dates back roughly 10,000 years to southern Mexico and Guatemala, long before European colonists arrived in North America. Native Americans had been growing corn for thousands of years, establishing it as a dietary staple. In addition to corn, Native American agricultural methods included other important crops such as beans, squash, potatoes, and tomatoes. These crops not only sustained the tribes, but also had a profound impact on the global food landscape, with their cultivation and consumption leaving a lasting influence on the culinary traditions of the Americas and beyond. The Haudenosaunee Confederacy represents one of the oldest living democracies. The Haudenosaunee Confederacy, referred to as the Iroquois Confederacy by the French, was formed by 6 tribal nations: the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, Tuscarora, and Seneca. While some scholars propose that it was established in 1142, the Confederacy itself asserts that it has existed since time immemorial. Regardless, it is recognized as one of the oldest participatory democracies in the world. These nations are united by the Great Law of Peace, known as Kayo, which serves as their political constitution. In the 18th century, the Tuscarora became the 6th and final nation to join this confederation. Dr. Donald A. Grinnell Jr., the author of Exemplar of Liberty and a professor specializing in Yamasee heritage at the University at Buffalo, underscores the distinctiveness of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. He points out that although numerous tribes engaged in democratic practices, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy stood out for its ability to unite individuals across extensive geographic distances. Grinda's research reveals the Confederacy's significant impact on the United States Constitution, identifying three key contributions. Firstly, it established the principle that sovereignty is vested in the populace. Secondly, it influenced the creation of a separation of powers, resulting in the formation of distinct governmental branches. Lastly, it provided a framework for a constitution with amendable articles, akin to the annual recitation of the Great Law of Peace by the Haudenosaunee. In 1830, the Indian Relocation Act led to the forced displacement of Native Americans. Prior to European colonization, Native Americans occupied the entirety of what is now the United States. A crucial turning point occurred in 1830 when President Andrew Jackson supported the Indian Removal Act. This legislation was largely driven by the desires of white settlers who sought to cultivate cotton in the fertile Southern territories, often at the expense of the Choctaw, Cherokee, Creek, and other indigenous tribes. The Indian Removal Act was harshly enforced to force Native American communities to abandon their ancestral lands in states such as Alabama, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee. Subsequently, these indigenous peoples were relocated to a designated area known as Indian Territory, which is now recognized as Oklahoma. The enduring consequences of this act continue to affect Native American communities and their descendants today, highlighting the necessity of recognizing and addressing historical injustices while striving for reconciliation and healing. In 1924, Native Americans were granted American citizenship through the Indian Citizenship Act, which was signed into law by President Calvin Coolidge on June 2, 1924. This legislation represented a pivotal moment in the evolution of Native Americans' legal status within the United States. Prior to this act, certain Native Americans had already been acknowledged as U.S. citizens under the 1887 Dawes Act, which conferred citizenship upon those who accepted land grants. Despite this early recognition, the promise of complete citizenship remained unattainable for many Native Americans. The right to vote, a fundamental component of citizenship, was subject to the regulations of individual states. Regrettably, numerous states systematically denied Native Americans this right for many years. Various discriminatory practices were employed to limit their access to the electoral process, with literacy tests being a notable example that effectively excluded individuals unable to read and write in English from voting. This disenfranchisement was not confined to Native Americans alone, but also affected other marginalized groups. Such injustices continued until the landmark passage of the Voting Rights Act in 1965, which sought to eliminate the systemic barriers that hindered marginalized communities, including Native Americans, from exercising their voting rights freely and without discrimination. In summary, the Indian Citizenship Act of 1924 was a significant advancement in acknowledging Native Americans as U.S. citizens. However, it required several additional decades in the implementation of the Voting Rights Act to ensure their full and equal participation in the democratic process, ultimately putting an end to the discriminatory practices that had endured for far too long. 8. The Navajo Nation holds the distinction of having the largest tribal land in the United States. Spanning nearly 25,000 square miles, this territory is comparable in size to West Virginia and more than double that of Maryland. The expansive land encompasses regions in Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah, positioning it as one of the largest Native American reservations in the country. In 2021, the Navajo Nation reached a significant achievement by surpassing the Cherokee Nation in population, thereby becoming the largest tribe by this measure. This milestone was marked by nearly 400,000 registered members, underscoring the vibrant and substantial Navajo community. Additionally, the Navajo Nation is home to the highest number of speakers of any Native American language, reflecting the community's commitment to preserving the Navajo language, which is integral to their cultural identity. The efforts to maintain and transmit their linguistic heritage have been crucial in sustaining the cultural traditions of the Navajo Nation and affirming their unique role in the history of Native American communities in the United States. Native Americans face higher suicide rates than any other demographic group in the U.S. Historically, the elevated suicide rates among young Native Americans have raised significant concerns within society. Data from various organizations, including the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and the Indian Health Service, IHS, consistently indicate that these rates surpass the national average. Historical records indicate that the suicide rate among Native American youth has frequently been around 2.5 times higher than the national average. This persistent issue is intricately linked to a variety of factors, such as the enduring effects of historical trauma, cultural disconnection, economic difficulties, and insufficient mental health services in many tribal areas. Throughout history, initiatives aimed at addressing this concern have included culturally appropriate prevention and intervention programs, the enhancement of mental health services, and a dedicated effort to bolster community support systems. Despite these historical efforts, the issue remains a significant challenge, highlighting the need for ongoing attention and support to enhance mental health outcomes for Native American communities. The circumstances surrounding Native Americans in the United States reveal a complex and layered history, from their rich cultural traditions to the painful experiences of colonization, forced relocation, and the lasting effects of historical trauma. These circumstances underscore the necessity of acknowledging and addressing the difficulties faced by Native American communities. Advancing cultural preservation, ensuring equitable access to resources, and promoting reconciliation are essential steps toward fostering understanding and enhancing their overall well-being. In contemporary society, Native American communities are working to uphold their cultural identities while navigating the challenges of modern life. Through cultural events, educational programs, and artistic endeavors, they strive to keep their traditions and values alive and celebrated. Language revitalization initiatives are leading the charge in these endeavors. Numerous tribes are diligently working to safeguard and rejuvenate their native languages, understanding that language serves not only as a tool for communication, but also as a vessel for ancestral wisdom and cultural identity. Additionally, the contributions of Native Americans across various domains, such as art, literature, and athletics, continue to influence our cultural environment. Their rich storytelling traditions have inspired countless writers, while their artistic expressions are showcased in museums and galleries around the globe. Renowned Native American athletes, including Jim Thorpe and Billy Mills, have made a lasting impact on the sports arena, exemplifying excellence and determination. It is essential for us to recognize the richness and variety of Native American culture, moving beyond superficial stereotypes. By acknowledging these often overlooked aspects and their relevance today, we pay tribute to the heritage of Native American tribes and promote a more inclusive appreciation of their legacy in contemporary society. Thank you for staying with us until the end. We invite you to share your thoughts on these insights in the comments section. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notification bell to receive updates whenever we post new content like this. Thank you for watching.